So, second test game of the new lady in game is called Ref of the Rain because I posted a forum post suggesting it. Um, First game didn't end. I was a spy. Can't really say if we were gonna shoot Merlin because it didn't end. So can't even say if mission was gonna succeed. Doesn't really matter at this point. This should be interesting. There's a splattering of uh, good players and potatoes on both teams, which kind of sucks for Res because they need to be they need to have less potatoes, but we'll see how the new card fares. We have decent hammer positioning. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so mission 3 hammer is Morning Cat, which is 3.4, 3.5 are spies, which is pretty bad if it was the Legacy 8 player, because that means Zazen and Elena would have to, one of them would have to pick clean. Um, but we have two cards this time if we get there, and we have two hammer picks, so we should be fine if they decide to blitz. And if they don't decide to blitz, the hammer turns around to light, which is fine, and then the hammer turns to Bezdrabo. The real bad thing would be some crucial hammer landing on Exilia, because that means the last three picks are all garbage, and people don't usually start questioning hammer until point 3. I'm not reading chat actually. There's no chat to read in mission 1. So every mission 1 picks a single. Elenal's was an off-pick single, others were on-pick singles. Pretty standard. We had 4 res picks in mission 1 actually, that's pretty interesting. Nothing's going on! This game is so slow! Why do people take so long in mission 1? I mean, I guess I can't blame him. 1.5 should be thinking for a little while, but now I have nothing to talk about. And this game is incredibly boring to you. I was talking about last game when I said Pro should have floated. Pro was a spy that got put on mission 1 by a res, and he failed. And the other res on mission 1 was the card, so that means, yeah, that was a lot of things going on. Oh yes, we win. Not necessarily. The thing with having this type of card is it makes mission 1 clean picks less integral to sorry, let me rephrase that. So in Legacy 8 player, mission 1 being clean basically makes them win because spies always fail mission 1 to fail as soon as possible before card gets passed around. But in with the new lady, there's no an incentive to fail early. I mean, there is still some incentive. Like failing mission 4 is still tough, for example, like 7 player. But you also expose yourself with lower sized missions. So it's more balanced, so you can reasonably assume that mission 1 floated, like without extreme evidence showing that it did. I'll probably be asked. I'll probably ask to get him at mission 1. Man, this game is such a poor spectator sport. Like, so much nothing going on. I think actually my previous videos were 5 player, 6 player, so the game progressed much faster, and I had a lot more to talk about. Um, 8 player, like for example, this mission 2, this shouldn't be the case because mission 1 might have easily floated, but I guess they're all spies, which basically are all saying mission 1's good. So this shouldn't be happening. That's why it's so boring. I'm gonna just be aggressive because that's something I can say as VT. Because why would you say let's put card on and instead of let's put me on? That's just not logical. Mm, why are all the other res potatoes? Like, what Cat said. Why is Zaxxon speaking? You're about to find out if mission 1 plus 1 fails, and then you're just like, damn, I hate playing with potatoes. You don't engage your critical thinking skills. You just why would a cat ever say add card instead of me? So this pick is pretty important because it's gonna set the tone of mission. So one thing that people underestimate a lot is the power of like 3.1 and 4.1 because this is often after 1 or 2 fails have occurred. So the first pick can really set the tone of who gets picked repeatedly because there can be cases where spies or VTs don't want to deviate from the previous pick too much in fear of Merlining or appearing spyish. I shouldn't pick Daemon again. I already picked Daemon for mission 1. Um, I should pick 2 from mission 1. Otherwise, it feels like honestly, I shouldn't be picking Cat because I just accused her and Ixilia of being 2 spies. But she's Hammer and Daemon is a potato, and I'm not putting Ixilia on. So unless I'm gonna pick clean, which is not a good idea given I just hinted that 2 spies were 2 spies, and that we have 2 more fails, so we're not in a rush. Holy fuck, Steam. Not a bad pick. Liked maintains Merlin candidacy with this. Well, he picked Morning Cat twice in his lifetime, which kind of sucks, but I mean, Morning Cat's gonna pick a failing mission 3 and then we can gang up on her. I'm not actually pissed, but I would be kind of pissed if I was like a VTO or Percy, so I need to act that way. I can't honor reject this. There's 2 spies. If I just honor reject this, this becomes easy shoot. I need to talk to spies. Okay, so if Zazen turns out to be Percival and Morning Cat as Morgana, I'm gonna be really pissed because that's just stupid. Dude, Cat's lines are so fake pretense. Honestly, the best result is carding cat. But it's completely ridiculous to suggest that, given that cat does not have a mission 4 pick. Dude, these names are so fucking complicated. Like, I used to can just say BB, kill. Like, Danny, Mac, Bass. It's like Exilia, Ella, Besjabo. Lol. Why does Zazen keep on saying that 3.3 is valid and 3.124 are not valid? Oh, the chat goes way too fast when everyone talks. We should probably type longer. I'm so sized we didn't card a spy. Is this... Oh, good. Damon's also starting to accuse Chain. Thank you, Best Jabot. This is great. Dude, Zazen is really bad. So he picks mission 1. Dude, why is Zazen like? Why does he exist? Why does he think he has a right to talk? Is he Percy or VT? Like, if he's Percy, what the fuck? If he's VT, what the fuck? Dude, Zazen is such a little. He's so bad at this game. So he picks mission 1, it succeeds, and by mission 2.5, right before he's about to verify, to some degree, if it's clean, he says, "Oh my God, did mission 1 float?" Then he sees 3.1 to 3.4, of which everyone put me on except for himself, and he claims that the one he picked, oh my God, that's the viable team, and the other teams are not viable. And then by mission 4, where I get LNL carded, I get best bow put on team, and I res light. He still starts questioning me. Like, he can't do this as Percival. He can't do this as VT. He can only do that as Merlin looking at me and seeing that I'm a spy. Yeah, like, no matter the, like, even if, I don't care, even if we win this game, like, I'm gonna have a very negative opinion of him because his play was just abysmal. Like, late game, like, him saying that's my only team, that's okay if it's acting. But, like, at this point, like, I've done infinitely more work. Unless you count picking mission 1 clean by chance work, which I guess you can if you feel like that. Whatever. If he's not sarcastic, I'm actually not gonna be playing with him again. Since Mission 4 succeeded, so those 3 proofs, that must be at most 1 spy. So yeah, like I do not want to play with someone whose logic falls at that level. That's not productive to me. I mean, I'm playing this game because I'm testing new lady, but I think it's kind of tested enough. Well, Yeah, if yeah, whatever. I really don't have any words to say. No, this is just he can't he. This is I don't want to be in this game. Somehow Zazen got elevated to a position that's higher than me, and somehow all the other res bought it. So bad. So bad. Why do they want to shoot Zaxin? He was the one that made LNL reject 5.2. I don't want to play with him. I get him. I'm the one that gets him carded, and then I'm the one that gets LNL carded, which basically screws Exilia over and gets the mission one clean. Like I directed the carding to give the other res info, and then late game they just pull this shit. How can you see 5.1 and like think that Zaxin is still Merlin when he's like whatever. Tristan and Isolde. Who's Percy? Probably Lights Percy. Like, how do VTs not realize that there are other PRs? Like, sure. Like, if Zazen's Percy, then Cat has to be Morgana, or none of his Emission 3 shit makes sense. And what's the point of pretending to consider between me and Morning Cat? It makes me fight for the team. Like, I wanted to be in a position where I didn't name the clean team, but I kind of had to advocate for that team because he forced me to. And then if he's VT, then he just has no business pulling any of that shit. Because there's a PR out there. Cat's clearly not Merlin. Xilia's not Merlin. Damon's not Merlin. Merlin's like up there. Bezjabo was the one who picked that mission 4, and whatever. It's like VTs or do not possess the ability to think about others and their Merlin candidacy. It's like the best way of playing VT is you listen to everyone else, consider what their team is if they're Merlin, and there's one Merlin out there. If you find him, then you can basically help him, parrot him. You're an extra person who isn't even distracted by Morgana or a responsibility. It's like if you're VT and you kind of just do whatever the fuck you want and not consider that there's a Merlin out there and try and find him, then you're not playing this game because this game's set up. The reason why this game is like balanced is because the investigative role doesn't die like in Mafia. So, and just the existence of this Merlin role alone can let VTs get teams. So I guess the only acceptable outcome, semi-acceptable outcome, is if Xazen's Percival for his mission 5 behavior, but then that makes his mission 3 behavior unexcusable. Like I really like this game was just really unpleasant for mission 4 and 5 because people weren't looking for Merlin. Like the res weren't looking for Merlin, and even there's no need to fake putting me off because I was not gonna get shot anyway. So they basically made me have to strongly advocate for the clean team. It's like pointless. I want to just end the recording here, but that would be unprofessional. Even more so than flaming. I didn't flame him. I didn't call him any expletive this game. I just said his play is really bad. And I think his play is really bad. Like people need to learn to not talk when something's just about to get revealed. It's like that's why you don't say this is gonna fail before mission. You wait and see because this is gonna if you like or you say this is gonna succeed or anything info before the info gets revealed because if you have there are some things that just make you on Merlin because Merlin doesn't do them. Like Merlin's not gonna pick a clean mission 1 at 2 point and then at 2.5 before 2.5 his clicks say did mission 1 float. That's just no Merlin would not do that. That's just counterproductive. Why not just not pick the mission 1 in the first place? Like for that reason alone, I would have eliminated Zazen from my Merlin candidate list. And like if Ella now like actually read the chat, or that's kind of mean. Like if Ella actually took that into account and then didn't pick mission 1, then this whole game gets super fucked up. Like more than it already is. I'm not reading Assassination. You guys probably are. I don't know. Bez had a right one. No, he didn't. Oh, it was funny that Rez took a while to card Zach's Rez. I don't think I was even talking to Zelia. Like he wasn't, he, whatever, wasn't even like considered. Like at least in my fake chat, obviously, they weren't considered from the start because I'm Merlin. But, I'm running out of things to say. Bezro played alright this game, honestly. Not alright. He played pretty good. He played pretty good. I'll give credit where it's due. He didn't say needless things when it. He didn't say needless things. When it wasn't like his turn to say so. He didn't say it before info. He said it after info, and he did res me because I did like shade. I did not. I didn't. I did like soft res him. I said that if Zazen cards LNL res, then Bestrabo should explode Exilia. With that line, there's the assumption that Bestrabo is more res than Exilia, and in return, I don't know if he caught that, but he did put me on mission 4 as a result. And he did also point out that when I tried to Merlin by like saying Zazen might have been single spy, he did like say that single spy wants to be on because that's true. Like, and he like basically helped me use that to Merlin. Ella now was also alright. I think mission 2, I can't really blame her for picking card. That's just standard. Why aren't they considering me? I like just iced 2 spies before mission 2 was even picked randomly. I guess my acting was good, I suppose. Light was also decent. Like Light was a potato early game, but stopped being a potato when it mattered. And after I rezzed him. Also, Bezbo and I kind of did a combo thing. Like I was you might have noticed earlier that I hard res Ella now because I said triple is stupid. And then I hard res Light next. And the reason why I could get away with hard resing Light is Bezbo soft res Light, or at least appeared to soft res Light. I'll find the line actually. Ooh, 54 matches. Holy carp. Um, yeah, so, okay, wait, but light is res, right? That's a soft res, and since I was pretending to parrot him and then hard res light, so once that gave light and Ella as a clean team, and also with my previous soft res of Bez, the clean team became pretty obvious. So, yeah. Honestly, though, I'm not sure about the place of soft resing and soft spying in like very high level play because ideally everyone should be able to catch that, and any soft res becomes a hard res, and so the concept of having a soft res is kind of it's viable at this level because some people don't pay attention to chat. And I honestly I don't know if people picked up on my softs, but I still did them. Um, but if they were caught by the spies, or like a spy with a level of attention to detail and assassination skill of say kill, then I would probably be moved much higher in the assassination priority. Like for now, I'm not even considered because of my little little thing with Zazen. Like Zazen did like a lot of correct things this game, but his underlying and he did contribute to the victory, but his underlying strategy is just not optimal. And like for example, his acting at the end got Morning Cat to think that I'm not a Merlin candidate because wait, who would waver and put Merlin off? Um, but uh, what was I gonna say? He would waver and put a Merlin off, but like it also made me more aggressively wanting to be on team and saying like, "Oh, it's your only team." It's like just expose me if it would like expose me more if by making me have to advocate for the clean team when I wanted like the other res to kind of just get it because I've done quite a lot this game as a PR. Like I'm not saying I've done quite a lot as an I'm so pro, but as a Merlin, I've done quite a lot towards getting the clean team. So having make me do that extra step is just kills me a bit harder. Oh, they're still shooting between Zax and Bez. This is like not even exciting, but it's not like we can say anything. I think honestly, it's not that like they're really bad spies or really bad assassination. I did a pretty good job acting, I would say. For example, I said we need to card a spy, and then I suggested Ella and Light. So that would feel like from a spy's perspective something that not a Merlin wouldn't say. But I knew that if we carded Ella and Light and the result was Res, that would give us a lot of info, especially Ella because she was on mission 2. And also with the random assassin spyings, not random. Like he was being pretty aggressive and non-cooperative. If I was a VT, I would probably say the same thing but more genuinely. But luckily, like Bezerbo managed to let me backtrack. Honestly, Bez did a lot of this game. Like I wouldn't be able to just like pick the clean team and not raise any suspicion if Bez didn't come to Zazen's defense when I soft accused Zazen of being not soft accused, actually accused Zazen of possibly being solo spy. Um, I'm kind of just repeating myself about various subjects. These guys are so fucking slow. I need to go to the bathroom. Honestly though, like I don't really blame them for being slow. This is a really hard assassination. given that the acting worked and the softing went through without the spies noticing. Um, but yeah, I want to go to the bathroom, but leaving you guys. Actually, I'll just do that. Why do I have to be there the whole time? Bye. Honestly, this is I think this is why the reason that Res is kind of dying is because lots of vets like have the same situation with me. Like I don't want to play with Zazen, not because he's the awful person or anything. Just it's not. It was too. It's really frustrating when that happens and when you get overridden or when VT and VTs or P. I don't know if he's Percival don't know they're like kind of uh don't know to kind of find Merlin or to get the hierarchy right. But then it's I also don't want to just go into make a new game and kick him because first of all unfeasible and also not very nice. Um, and like so the best option is just to not play. If playing with people who may have really suboptimal strategies is really frustrating because I'm not on this website to grind my win rates because it's not a ladder for that and there's like not a meaningful matchmaking system for that. Um, it's for fun, and if it's not fun, then a lot of vets won't play. Are they really still assassinating? So Refrain is an intelligent. Oh, dude, the shitty does anyone think M1 float is becoming like it's so obviously shitty that it's becoming reverse psychology. Okay, fine. Like, there's just not really a point in saying that. If the game devolves around to reverse psychologying your way through, like floating like in Legacy H player floating mission one because everyone will think it's clean. That's not a viable like long term strategy. It's just like if you're just trying to win one game. Like personally, like I think consistent image is really good. Is like really necessary to play this game across games. Um, because otherwise, like in individual games, yeah. Otherwise, it's like you won like maybe one game by playing really off meta or really something and somehow everyone I guess it's kind of like I forgot what his name was. It was this really quote unquote bad player. Like he would say all the wrong things as Merlin. And like for example, I was like VT and he just kept spying me and I kept spying him back until I ran out of team, so I like had to res him and he still kept spying me and I resed him and someone else and it made him not seem like Merlin because all the other resed Merlin while Merlin was spying the res. Like sure, like you can argue that his strategy like helped them win the game, but it's not fun and it's not going to work long term. It's like pointless long term because if Merlin doesn't provide info, then it's obviously an inferior strategy to Merlin providing a little bit of info. Um, what else to talk about? I'm pretty exhausted in conversation material at this moment. How many minutes has it been? 12. Okay, it's literally I've been sitting here for 18 minutes talking to my monitor. Oh, I should have cut this part out, but I'm too lazy to edit. Oh, the Discord notification starts, and I'm checking on my phone in case you guys wanna peek at my friends groups. Why is he saying I hate you? So he's saying false things because I pick single, then I pick single, then I pick clean. This is why I don't like responding to people on this forum. They literally say false things or not relevant things, and when I answer and saying this is stupid, I don't want to talk to you, they call me condescending. Like, don't say false things or things that are not literally not answering my point if you want me to answer you in a logical way. Oh, so he's saying I'm picking doubling missions if I'm a spy. Like, okay. I'm not a spy. You know what? I'm just gonna shut this off. Like, Zazen is. I believe I've made myself pretty clear, and my logic of why his behavior is really frustrating and not fun to play with pretty clear. So, if you disagree, leave it in the comments below. Dude, I'm not a YouTube channel runner. Fuck this shit.